The voters have a chance to see the candidates and to give them a chance as well to get their message across. So we welcome the candidates who have signed up and said that they are willing to serve the community in an elected capacity. So we want to get on to this being their night. Now I wish to turn it over to Scott.
Now, the ground rules are as follow, and those of you that have been to these before kind of know how it all works, but each candidate will be given a chance to give an opening statement. We'll time you for 3 minutes, folks. And then we will have our official timekeeper sitting right here in the middle, and he will be holding a sign to let you know when time is almost up and when time is completely up. And that's when you really want to wrap up your thoughts and talk off.
I come from a working background. My dad was a worker. I joined the union, and that's why I ended up moving here. I was working at the power plant here. I was just supposed to be a 3-week job, but after 4 weeks here, I fell in love with it, moved my family up here. Married. My wife's name is Marcia. I have a son. He's 30 years old. His name is Paul. He works in computers. I'm very proud of him, too.
I'm from Tri-Sheepah. I was born and raised there, lived there 49.5 years. And I've worked in coal mines for 15 years, and I've worked in 17 different industries my entire life because coal mining in Utah was an stable industry. It was an on-and-off situation. I call myself a political mechanic. I've been involved in politics for over 30 years. I started in the early 1980s with Utah wilderness proposals. I'm a multiple land use type of person. I consider myself an environmentalist, probably like all the oil and gas field people here and coal miners and that.
Okay, before we were going to file for city council, I decided I was going to do this. And I think the reason that I decided I was going to do this is because I wasn't happy with the things that I was seeing in the newspaper with where my tax money was going. I have a background in construction. Lived here 5 years. I've got 4 kids, 23, 16, 12, and 11. I'm from a major metropolitan area in North Texas. I lived there most of my life. I saw what can happen with a lot of growth in my community that's not foreseen. Infrastructure not keeping up with the growth that's going to happen.
I know most of you as I look out across the audience, but I don't know everybody. So I'm going to share just a little bit of information about me so that you kind of get a little bit of a picture. This year, my wife Beth and I are going to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Beth is my inspiration and strength and support. I'm glad that she's here tonight. You know, she's been very ill, so you might want to stay away from her. We have 3 children, Wendy, Scott, and Nikki, ages 34, 24, and 21. And they've all done so well in school and so well in life that, you know, we just couldn't be more proud of them. Here's a little bit about my career. I spent 30 years in law enforcement. I retired from the Farmington Police Department. During my tenure there, I spent a great deal of time in narcotics investigations and also street gang suppression, but also spent time in patrol and investigations, working special projects, and I was in supervision. I was also on our SWAT team for a period of 9 years.
Farmington's a great place to live and to work. I had a friend who has lived all over the world tell me that he was hard-pressed to find a place better to live than right here. My son-in-law tells me that Farmington's the best-kept secret in the oil field because it's such a nice place to live. Not generally the case with oil towns. I myself am a hometown Farmington boy. My great-grandfather was actually the mayor in the 20s. My family's had business here in Farmington for over 50 years, and I've operated my own business for the last 15 years.
Tonight, I really don't want to focus too much on me. I have been an elected official for off and on for the last 25 years. And so I think most of you probably know a lot about me, and during the question period, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, I certainly will share it. But I would like to speak a little bit more about the awesome power of we. Can I do anything as a single council member to fight drugs, fight gangs, that sort of thing? I really cannot do it alone.
We are going to have to adjust. I've always been surprised that while we pay more for gasoline here, when we have a refinery down the road, we pull it out of the ground here, and yet I'm paying more for it than somebody that's having a truck thousands of miles away. I see a lot of people shaking their heads at the same time. Why can we not do something like this? It needs to be done.
Personally, I think most of it's coming off the reservation. Farmington City Council should be working with the Navajo Reservation to see if somehow there could be a teamwork done on trying to, really what you're going to need is, just like the meth problem, you're going to have drug counseling, you're going to have programs, it's an open door policy. Without that, if you're just waiting for him to get busted by a judge or a drug court and get thrown into detox or stuff like that, it won't work. It has to be both communities teamed up on that. It's my personal
I
feeling.
think in the building business, you never build something too big. There's always a need for it to be larger. It is a recognized fact, though, that we do need more space. We have commissioned an architectural firm to develop 3 different plans, giving us 3 different kinds of options and price ranges. We do know that we've got to have space enough to be able to show the animals more effectively, to be able to have them better adopted. We have to be able to keep them longer than we are doing now. We're very limited, and it requires an extended amount more to be put down than what should have to be done.
I think you could remember a few years ago, the city hired a consultant to tell us what was wrong with our airport. I said I would do the study for $5 because I'm sure that what they would say was that we had unreliable service and too high of fares, which is exactly what they did come up with. The question being now, what do we do? I think it would probably be appropriate to talk to our federal elected officials and see if those subsidies could be reinstated. But the city of Farmington simply can't afford it.
Local fares would be right in there. I don't know how to say I could rank one over the other. They're all very important programs. I do believe that we do need to work from government to government to end the racism that's going on that I'm seeing. It's getting more and more prevalent. And I think if the 2 governments, us and the Navajo Nation, the Hispanics, the African Americans, I think we could all work together.
If you go on the website, on the city's website, all our information is there, and we make sure that that's very important to me, that people, if they need to call you, that they can actually get a hold of you. And so there's a city phone, office phone, my work phone, cell phone, home phone, email. If they can't get a hold of me, they're not trying. So, and I think we've made it that way on the website, access on the website.
Time for us, the Leadership Alumni, Leadership General Alumni Group sponsored the forum tonight. Thanks to them as well. Yes. Thank you all for coming, and I'm sure the candidates will be around for a minute to visit one-on-one.
Thank you.